The list of penguins order Spheniciformes, family Sphenicidae includes aquatic, flightless birds living almost exclusively in the Southern Hemisphere, especially in Antarctica. Highly adapted for life in the water, members of the penguin family have countershaded dark and white plumage, and their wings have become flippers. Most penguins feed on krill, fish, squid, and other forms of sea life caught while swimming underwater. They spend about half of their life on land and half in the oceans. Although all penguin species are native to the Southern Hemisphere, they are not found only in cold climates, such as Antarctica. In fact, only a few species of penguin live so far south. Several species are found in the temperate zone, and one species, the Galápagos penguin, lives near the equator. Many features of the penguin life cycle vary with body size and geographic distribution. The chronology of breeding may also vary within a species in relation to latitude. The majority of species breed only once each year. Certain species, such as the African penguin Spheniscus demersus, probably other members of this genus, and the blue penguin, breed twice a year. The king penguin breeds twice in 3 years. One egg is laid by the emperor and king penguins. All others lay 2 or occasionally 3. Most penguins begin breeding in the austral southern spring or summer. King penguins are on a 14 to 18-month cycle, and the timing of an individual pair depends on the success or failure of the previous breeding attempt. Some populations of the Gen 2 penguin Pygosceles papui also breed in winter. The breeding of the emperor penguin begins in autumn, apparently timed so that the long developmental period will produce the young in midsummer, when their chances of survival are greatest. Penguins are no strangers to climate change. Their life history has been shaped by rising and falling temperatures, and their bodies are highly specialized for some of Earth's most extreme conditions. Over half of the about 18 living penguin species, which dwell in places as diverse as Brazil, New Zealand, and South Africa, are already recognized as endangered or vulnerable by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. Although they have wings and feathers, penguins cannot fly. Instead, they have evolved into the most efficient swimmers and divers of all birds. Some species spend 75% of their time at sea, the most of any birds. The penguin diet consists mainly of fish and squid and crustaceans. In the Antarctic, the smaller penguins mostly feed on shrimp like krill. Although krill are small up to 5 centimeters in length, they form dense swarms which are a rich food source. Penguins can adapt their diet to what is available, and their diet varies considerably with season. Climate change is a growing concern for penguins that live in Antarctica, the emperor penguin and the Adelie penguin. These species depend on sea ice for access to food and for places to breed. But the sea ice has been disappearing, and penguin populations along with it. A 2008 WWF study estimated that 50% of the emperor penguins and 75% of the Adelie penguins will likely decline or disappear if global average temperatures rise above pre-industrial levels by just 2 degrees C, a scenario that could be reached in less than 40 years.